Jeremiah is going to be the last prophet in the king of Judah for Judah. And we have him in the text that I've gone through so far, saying that he's going on in his 13th year. He announced himself as a prophet by coming forward and announcing what was going to happen. So right now, I know that he's going to live at least 10 years afterwards, but this is the king at that time. So you got to understand, Israel has already went into captivity, and they early off here, they don't even know who won the battle between Assyria and Babylon. So there's years that are going to be missing here of the words in the text. And I do have some of those words, but if you noticed that Israel is gone, and most of it was gone already. They came back 9 years later, well, about 14 years later, and gathered more people. So the thing here is that's Assyria. So when I see text talking about Israel, I have a hard time of defining, is this text coming from the years that are supposed to be for Judah, or is it text that actually needs to be said that it's said by a different prophet at a different time? Okay. So that I have to keep in mind when I'm editing. Here, these have got to be his words. Here, the words, and when I add, I do this. Get rid of a word, I do that. Hear the words. YV has. Now, when it says he's speaking, he can't just be speaking. Our Creator prophesies, and then the prophet comes out and tells him what's going to happen in the future. So when it says speaks, that word to me is just odd. Okay. Anyways, I had I'm thinking about putting the word prophesied, but I'll wait until I figure out more text down here. To you, house of Israel, no, as prophesied. I like the word to, but it can't be you. To house is usually tribes. Now, this would mean that those that were in Israel and fled to Judah and weren't taken captives, that would mean that these are tribes from Israel. So this means this is the male Israel, okay? The tribes from Israel. So that way, I guess you have an understanding of the different tribes within Judah. And this is not speaking to Judah itself. When I usually have thus, I usually have changed it to this was said by YV. Speaks to, but I already have that. So I'm going to say that double editing or double adding words doesn't mean that it's right. Is that better? Okay. I always have a problem with figuring out how large I should get this for those that are watching. So I'll do that. Okay, tribes from Israel, do not learn the way of, do not learn practices, not the way, but it's going to be practices. Practices. This would be our creator saying this, so. Do not learn the practices I see I'm missing the word other nations or other kingdoms. Do not learn the practices of practice. And do not be terrified by the signs in heaven. Now that is no. This means if our creator is saying this, he's pretty much going to be trying to say that there are other signs in heaven that you shouldn't be afraid of. See where it's, well, he's trying to tell them not to be terrified of the signs in heaven. We know that about the stars today, so we know that our creator would too, and this is not true. This would be like our creator agrees with the zodiac signs, which they're exactly against our creator. So do not learn the practices because these signs in heaven, if they're now starting to teach, because this is the first time this verse is coming up that I've really got to discuss this. When did they start making the zodiac signs? In other words, I have no idea. But I do know the foreigners are coming in and they're saying like that Orion, I guess, that's famous because everybody that has a telescope today, that's the first stars they look at to find that nice gaseous nebulae. But here, if this is the signs they're talking about, it would be gods of the heaven, okay? So because I've never really studied how far back that goes or where it began. That'd be interesting, I guess. Do not be terrified by the gods in heaven. Even if I put the word gods here, he knows there's no such other thing as gods. If our creator is saying this, he's condemning them. So do not be terrified of false gods is what he would say. Although the nations are terrified by them. I don't think that's actually true. So what I've got here is two verses that are absolutely not truthful. And this is a 3 verse. Do not learn the practices for their gods, and do not be terrified by them. They had by them at the end of this one, so I'll just move it up. By them. And I literally have to put practices for their gods. And this would be out. This is putting in completely. Okay. And do not be terrified now. Their customs for people. Now, see, this is talking, it is cut from wood, because it is cut from the forest. We're talking about an idol here. They're making images of the god and goddesses. Example, Mars is a Roman god or a god of war. The planets are still named, even though the Vatican, who is supposed to be Christian, who's supposed to be ahead of all science and knowledge for 1,600 years, they didn't change anything. So we still have, okay, now that didn't look good. No, that is not good at all. What happened? Stream is healthy and then stream is ended. So I'm only streaming on Twitch. I guess I have to actually repost that later then. Download it out. Well, even downloads off of Twitch are too long. Okay. Well, I'll continue here. And not be terrified of them. Now we're talking about idols here and gods. So do not learn the practices of their God or be terrified by them. For they are for the customs, for that is the customs of the people, of their people. I can't use this either. I don't have enough. I'm trying to connect it to other words, and it's just not. And to start this off from text that's missing, I got to put their idols are wood. So this would be out. This is, I got to add, I really added that, and then I'll get rid of that. Their idols are wood cut from the forest. The work of hands of craftsmen with cutting tools. Now this, if I put cutting tools here, and I go up here, cut from a forest, and for a craftsman to work, yeah, for a craftsman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that word, make it like this, but make it yellow. I'm going to put it right here in front, and I'm going to make it yellow, saying I just moved the word from here to here. Cut from the forest. It has to be for a craftsman to work. And I don't need any of this to work with cutting tools. It could be shaping tools as well, because cutting tools, I guess I can live with that. They decorate it with silver. They decorate it. I don't think, I know at this, I do know that they do put silver and gold on them, but this is not going to get that word because I need the word, then they, so I got to add the word then. Then they decorate it with silver. Maybe that's what, with cutting tools. Maybe that's a lost verse. Then they decorate, because if I use this word, because it's so well, it's needed. Then they decorate it with silver and gold. Now it becomes silver and gold. I'm trying to find out a 3-verse format here, or is it a 4-verse? So I know I have 3 verses above. Their idols are wood, cut from the forest for craftsmen to work. They decorate it with silver and gold. So this I don't think is needed. So let me put that at the end here. They fasten it with nails so that it will not totter. So it will not lean. So that, and then that. But those two work together. That is actually a good 4-verse grouping. But I need the word then again here. Then fasten it with nails. That is a good 4-verse format, so I'm going to keep it as a 4-verse. I guess that's exactly, so I did actually get that gold in there, but yes. Okay, so it's a 4-verse. Okay. Like a scarecrow in a field. Oh, it was okay at the other end. Like a scarecrow in a field. They cannot speak. This is so odd. They aren't connecting together as like one sentence here. Like a scarecrow in the field, they cannot speak. That's good. They must be carried because they cannot walk. Do you no harm, nor can they do any good. There is none like you, Ivy. You are great, and great is your name and might. No, that's not how the style of this writer is writing. Um, no, that's just out of place. Who would not fear you? Sounds like these this text is split right here because whatever's here is not continuing here. So I guess I have to treat it that way. So if I'm treating it that way, then I better take another look at this. They know our Creator is the Creator, so he would never say, referring a false God to him at all. I still don't see any of that being actually usable. So I guess that's okay then. Who who does not fear you, the kings of kingdoms, indeed is your due for all among them all, wise men of the kingdoms, in all their kingdoms, there is none like you. But that's obvious. They would not write that. I don't see this being wrote by one who knows, because I know he exists. I have no doubt. I don't have a belief. I know. So I'm kind of pretty sure that if I couldn't write it, they couldn't write it. Okay. I'm not going to say anything other than that, but they are together stupid and foolish in their discipline and delusion. Their idol is wood. Now, this has already got the description. They went and grabbed some more text to say the same thing, but it's just a double. Here they got clothing on it. But do think it'll work. Because I was thinking maybe after they got done leaning, like these two go together here, but not up there. And what I'm thinking is, like down here, they're putting clothes on it. I'm thinking, don't need this. This has all been said before, so don't need this. Now they're putting a title king on our curator. And no, you don't do that either. Yeah, see how they're starting to make up crap? I'm hoping some of you are understanding what I mean by oversalted words. And they're all trying to put all these words together so they're all out. That's how I do that. You'll say to them, the gods did not make the heavens and the earth, will perish from the earth, from under the heavens. They will perish from the earth and from under the heavens. Actually, this kind of reads stupid because it's these two that are connecting together. So if I got rid of them, does this make a 3 verse? They will perish. Yeah, I would, if I did, they will perish. According to what I've already added above. Whoops. They will perish from earth and from under the heavens. Now this is correct because one heaven is where the birds fly, and the second heaven is where the stars make a motion of a mountain with the North Pole, North Star as the top of the mountain, and then our Creator lives above his mountain. So those two heavens would be correct. And I usually try to, when they're both involved, I try to use this one meaning the stars as well. Thus you are to say, thus turns into this a lot. And now it's almost like our Creator speaking. So this is to be said to them. He already's talking to them. This is to be now rarely. Now what I've got here is one of the rare texts that he isn't prophesying. Okay, this word has to be something like say or tell them. This is to be told. That's a good commanding word to replace the word just say. This is to be told to them. They will perish from earth and from under the heavens. Okay. When he utters his voice, the waters of heaven cause the clouds to ascend to the earth and make lightning. Yeah, I remember reading this when I did this, that I knew that this was, yeah, they have no idea what our Creator is. That's how that stupid stuff gets put in. Uh, just that's how they thought 3,000 years ago. Well, 2,500 years ago, at least. This is to be told to them. They will perish from the earth and from under the sky. For I made the earth. No, I got to get rid of them. And this is going to go down here. It is he, or should I just put YV is he? YV is who made the earth. And how do you explain the word established the earth? Like made all the things grow on it. And made the earth and everything on everything. I can use it as everything on earth. So let me do that. Earth. Yeah. Okay. And stretched out. This is not a true word to be used, but in everything on earth by his wisdom and understanding. What's so difficult about that, Mike? I was trying to fix this in there. Okay, I'm trying to see how he's going to say these words. Yv is who? Okay, so he's speaking that it's not coming from our Creator, but our Creator is saying, speak these words. I am Yv, maker of the earth. I am YV. And this maker of the earth. Maker of the earth. And established everything on earth. By my, he could be saying these words exactly this way, okay? He would not use that word. By my wisdom, not understanding, reasoning, because everything on this earth is planned to have man walk on this planet. Wisdom is reasoning. So it has to be as reasoning is here in the text. Okay, that's 4 verse. No, it'd have to be every craftsman. Goldsmith could be making jewelry, so that's not right. Oh, this I don't think is going to be used. Is put to shame. I'd have to use this because molten image is a double by idols, by their idols. By their idols are deceitful. Man is stupid, devoid of knowledge, but it's not, no. Put to shame by idols that are deceitful. That are deceiving. Uh, this is not working. I'm thinking all this is going to be out. I'm trying, but it's not working. They are worthless work, a mockery of time. In the time of their punishment, they will perish. Who's perishing is the craftsman, or mankind's in power will perish. Worthless works. And I'm not seeing enough of that to be put together for a 3 or 4 verse. I sure can't connect these. Okay. The portion of Jacob, which is, he has been called Jacob for thousands a year, or 1,000 years. But see, we already know all these. This is just like a speech to tell us maker, creator, out. There's not enough here. That they may be found. No. Woe to me, because my tent is destroyed, and my ropes are broken. The sons have gone from me, and there are no more. This is the one stretched out the tent again, or settlement. For the shepherds have become stupid, and not sought ivy, therefore they have no purpose. All their flock will be scattered. The sound of the report comes, behold, it comes. Great commotion out of the land of the north. Make the cities juiceless. I've already got that in the last one. I got all this almost word for word, except for right there, land of the north. Like I said, it was it's all been said, except for the land of the north. And oh, that's what I meant by it. What I'm saying here is that's the text that would locate where it would be in the prophet that has been decided between Syria or Babylon, who's winner. So that's how you could place that text to who said it. But I've already got that. I think this is out as well. I'm really sure. And then all of this, because what wound are we talking that's incurable? But it's now a sickness, he must bear it. My tent is destroyed, my ropes are broken. No. Stretch out my tent again. No. I know ivy. That is a man's way, is not in himself, nor is it in man who walks to direct his steps. Correct me, ivy, but with justice. Correct me, ivy, or correct us, ivy, but not with your anger, lest you bring me to nothing. Out. Do not know the families called by your name. They will devour Jacob and consume him and laid waste his hand. No, that would be out too. Now that was rather fast. Yeah, it's not even an hour long. And I finished this chapter. And there's not much here. So let me do the cleanup. And then take a look, see if how much time is after this. Oops, I didn't. This is going to go someplace in a group with other words that he's saying. This could be made a 3 or 4 verse, depending, because I got 3 here and 4 here. These 2 4s, and then this is 3, this is 3. So this is going to be, I just got to break it up so I can realize what's going on later. But it's only been an hour. So, what do I do? What do I do? Let me save this. Let me peek at how many verses there are here. 23. I have a hard time doing 23 in 2.5 hours. That would make this video way too long. So I'm going to stop here, because you can see I started working on it. I didn't think I was going to get there. So this will be for the next time, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-hour one, but that's okay. Anyways, I got to call it quits for right now. Thank you.